Okay, good day everyone. So I am Mr. Jerry Quintua, and in this video tutorial I am going to talk about the tables in MS Word. So here are the list of the topics that I'm going to do on our document. So first one, how to insert a table on the MS Word, and then by another, the second one, how are we going to add a column and then a row, and then merging cells in a table, and then last one, we're going to perform calculation, or we are going to create our own formula using a table on the MS Word. So now let's have a brief introduction about a table. So when we say table, it is a versatile tool of the MS Word. So it allows us to organize our information through the form of columns and a row, and then where you can align text, present numerical data, and create forms and then calendar. Okay, so now let's create a table on our document. So in your document, so just go on the Insert tab and then click Table. So in the selection area, here is where you could select how many columns and rows that you want to insert on your table. So you could see currently on how many rows and columns that is being selected by looking at in this part or on this label. So for example, let's say we have a 4x5 table, so you could see it has 4 columns and then 5 rows. So just select it, and then now we have our table. So let's have some data on our table. First one, for the first column, let's say student number, and then a second column, let's have our first name, and the next last name, and then course for our last column or field. Now, so let's insert a record for each row of our table. So let's say we have 1, and then Jeric, and Kitua, BSIT, and then another, let's say 2, Josh, Mendez, and then BSCS. Next 3, let's say Earl, Reyes, and then BSP, and then last one, our last record, let's say Russell, Perez, and then BSCS. Okay, so that's how we're going to insert a table and adding data on each columns and rows of your table. Now, so how about inserting a columns and row on your table? So if you're going to add a row, so let's say the fastest way to add a row, if you're going to add another record on your table, so just click on the last cell of your table, so which is here, and then press tab on your keyboard. So that's it. You have another 1 row on your table. Another example is if you want to insert a row between these 2 records or below this first record. So we could just go on the Layout tab for the table tools and then select Insert Below. So we have here 2 options for inserting rows and columns. So which is, we have the first one, Insert Above or Insert Below. For this situation, we're going to select the Insert Below. So we could able to insert another record after the first row or after the first record. So just click Insert, and then now we have our another row. Next, so what if you want to insert another column between these 2 fields, so in between the first name and then the last name. So all you need to do again, so just click on the Layout tab, and then we have here 2 options for it. It's Insert to the left or Insert to the right. So in this part, I'm going to select Insert Right. So that's it. So that's how we're going to add a row and columns on your table. So just go to the Layout tab. So we have 4 options here for inserting rows. It's either Insert Above or Insert Below, while for inserting columns is Insert to the left or Insert Right. Next, how about merging a cells in a table? So when we're going to merge a cell on our table, so all you need to do is just highlight the cells that you want to merge. For example, this one, this whole column, I want to merge it. So highlight it first, And then after that, just click on the layout tab again, and then click merge cells. So that's it. You have a one cell now on your table. Another example. So let's say we want to merge these rows or this third row. So just highlight the entire row that you want to merge and then select merge cells. So that's it. Okay, and then for our last topic, we're going to perform, or we're going to create a formula on our table. So now, let's create another table for that. So I'm going to have again a 4x5 table, so which is 4 columns and then 5 rows. So I'm going to have some data on my table. So let's say item, price, and then quantity, and then last one where we're going to insert our formula on the field of total, or in the column of our total. So next, we have pen, let's say 45 pesos, and then quantity is 12 pieces. Another, so let's say notebook, 28 pesos, and then 13 pieces, and then last one, we have a ruler, and let's say 12 pesos, and then 2 pieces. Okay, so I'm going to format my table first. So if you want to format, you could go on the design tab of your table, and then let's say let's apply some shading on the first row of our table, so just like this. Okay, and then if you want to adjust the height of the row, you could go on the layout tab and then just press or click the up and down for the height. Okay, and then now I'm going to merge this last 3 cell on the on our last part of our row. So merge cells, and then I'm going to have the label for the total price. Okay, now so let's create our formula for the first item. So when you're going to create a formula, so please make sure that you should click where the answer will appear. So for example, here in our total. So after clicking on it, so just go on the formula under the layout tab, and then in this dialog box, now we could enter the formula that we want. So we have 2 options for creating a formula. First one is by using a paste function, and then the second one is by indicating the specific cell name of the numbers that we want to compute. For this first example, I'm going to use the paste function. So make sure at the start of your formula it has an equal sign, and then select the paste function that you would like. So wherein I'm going to use the product, because we're going to multiply the price by quantity. So now we have the paste function product, and then inside of the close open parenthesis, we could just type left. So why left? Because it means we're going to compute all the numbers that is on the left side of this total, which is the 45 and 12. Okay, and then after that, so let's select the number format. So this one is optional, so it's up to you if you're going to select or not. So but this time I'm going to have the 2 decimal places as the number format of my total, and then click OK. Now we've got 540 for the 45 times 12. Okay, another example, let's say the second item, we're going to create a formula by indicating the specific cell name of our data. So how are we going to know the specific cell name? So just like on the Microsoft Excel, wherein in the top part of each column, there is a equivalent letter for each column. So wherein the first column, letter A, second column, letter B, third column, letter C, and then fourth column, letter D, and then so on. So while in our rows, so just count it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. So that means this price for the notebook, which is 28. So the specific cell name for this part is column, which is second column, that is letter B, and then row 3, so we're going to have B3. So the specific cell name for that is B3, we're going to input that on our formula. So for example, so equal B3, and then next, so multiply using the asterisk symbol by 13, so which is the specific cell name for that is C3, which is under the column C, and then row 3. So C3. Now, so select our number format and then click OK. So now we've got 364 as our total for the second item, so which is 28 times 13 is 364. And then for the last example, so again, formula by indicating the specific cell name, wherein 12 is under the cell B4 multiplied by number 2 is which is in the cell C4. So that's it. So our formula now is equal B4 times C4, and then click the number format and then click OK. We've got 24. Now, so let's compute the total price. So to compute the total price, we're just going to get the sum of these three numbers. So in order to do that, so again, just click the formula bar, and then in this part, you could see there is a default formula that we could just use now, because here it used a function sum and then the word above, meaning it will compute all the numbers above the total price. So just select the number format and then click OK. So now we've got 928. Now, so what if you want to update the other values on your table? So let's say the price is changed to 55 pesos. Now, to update the total, you could just right click on it and then click update field, or you could just press F9 on your keyboard to update that. For example, we're going to update the total price, so just press F9 and then we've got 1048. Okay, so that's all for our discussion on the table, inserting the table, inserting columns and rows, merging our cells, and then last one, performing calculation or creating a formula on our table.
For more ICCT College's video updates, please subscribe and click the notification button.